12 Apple HomePod features that will make you want one. Don't have a HomePod yet? We've compiled the most awesome Apple HomePod features to entice you to buy the smart speaker. Although the HomePod smart speaker from Apple sounds great, is it really worth $299? Should you put off buying entirely or wait for the manufacturer to offer a less expensive version? There are many of excellent wireless speakers available, and most of them cost much less than the HomePod. However, only the HomePod is a smart speaker that has some of Apple's patented features. We'll look over the feature list today to provide you more information so you can shop with confidence. Number 1. Flawless Apple Music support. There isn't a better smart speaker on the market if you utilize Apple Music. Apple Music is already supported by HomePod. In other words, you may simply use Siri to play songs from the service without even using your iPhone to operate the speaker. You can search for a song, artist, or playlist by name simply saying, "Hey Siri." With iOS 12, it's also possible to search Apple Music by lyric. Alternatively, you can output to the HomePod using Apple Music for Android or directly control it using your iPhone or iPad. Additionally, you may use Siri to add songs that are presently playing to playlists and your iCloud music library. Radio stations centered on songs or performers are another option. Additionally, Siri is simple to train by saying "I like this" or "I don't like this," which will enhance recommendations on all platforms. Number 2. Play any audio from iOS, Mac, or iTunes. You can choose to listen to music on Spotify, your own iTunes library, or another app entirely. However, since Apple Music is the only streaming service included with the HomePod, it won't function as well as Apple Music. On your iPhone, iPad, Mac, or in iTunes for Mac and Windows, choose HomePod as the audio output to send audio. You can utilize numerous HomePods to enjoy your iTunes library in multiple rooms, play chiptunes from your smartphone, or broadcast system audio from a Mac. Sadly, HomePod can't be used as a typical Bluetooth speaker. This implies that you cannot combine it with a Windows computer or an Android smartphone. Number 3. HomePod supports Apple's Podcasts catalog. Without a subscription, you can play any podcast from Apple's database of podcasts. Just tell Siri what you want to listen to, then relax. Since the iPod and iTunes era is when podcasts really took off, Apple's directory is extensive and offers a huge variety of programs to pick from. To discover exactly what you're looking for, utilize the following modifiers. Hey Siri, play the newest episode of Podcast. Hey Siri, play the first episode of Podcast. Hey Siri, subscribe to this podcast. Hey Siri, play my new podcasts. Number 4. Play Beats One for free. Beats One, Apple's sole free radio channel, is still available to you even if you don't have an Apple Music subscription. Simply ask Siri to begin playing Beats One to start enjoying the carefully chosen channel whenever you want. Although it's a pitiful offering, it's still better than nothing. Number 5. Send and read your messages. You can use your voice and Siri to send and read messages with HomePod because it syncs to a single Apple ID via an iOS smartphone. Tell Siri who you want to send a message to and what it says to use the same method as on iOS. You can also ask Siri to read your messages, but if you do so while personal requests is enabled and require authentication is turned off in the HomePod settings, everyone will be able to do the same. Try out these commands. Hey Siri, send a message to my wife. Hey Siri, read that last message. Hey Siri, read my messages. Number 6. Place and answer calls. With iOS 12, you may now make and receive calls from your HomePod to contacts on your iPhone. For this to operate, you must have your iOS device turned on and linked to the same Wi-Fi network. You are able to make standard phone calls, FaceTime and group FaceTime calls, as well as listen to voicemails. Try the following instructions. Hey Siri, call my wife. Hey Siri, answer the phone when a call is incoming. Hey Siri, check my voicemail. Hey Siri, who just called? Additionally, you can transfer a call from your iPhone to your HomePod. To choose HomePod from the list of outputs while on a call, hit the audio button. You should be able to carry on your call on the speaker after a brief delay. Number 7. Ask Siri just about anything. With a few exceptions, Siri works similarly on the HomePod to how it does on any other iOS device. It contains questions like what song is this, and when was this released, as well as inquiries like play the most recent Grammy nominees and who plays drums for Iron Maiden. Siri may also pause your playing song or adjust the level. Hey Siri, turn it up. You can use phrases like find a nearby garage or I'm hungry to receive information specific to your area, and you can use what's the news and who's top of the Premier League to get news and sports headlines. Number 8. Control your HomeKit devices. HomePod may serve as a smart home hub if you have linked lighting, smart home appliances, and other HomeKit devices. It makes a lot of sense to use a HomePod for this, as its microphone can generally hear you far better than the one on an iPhone. It performs in the exact same manner as it does on your iPhone. To accomplish your wishes, just tell Siri to turn off the lights or adjust the temperature to 70 degrees. You may ask Siri to turn down the living room lights if you take the effort to set up rooms in the iOS Home app. In this program, you can also create scenes to operate several devices simultaneously, then trigger them using your HomePod. Number 9. Set multiple cooking timers. In the kitchen, I have a single HomePod. It's the space where I spend the most time and where I can most effectively use the HomePod. My HomePod's ability to set timers for cooking is by far the feature that gets the most use. You may now set multiple timers with iOS 12. Just tell Siri to set a timer for 45 seconds, or for a half hour, several hours, or any other duration you like. You can inquire about the timer at any time by saying, "Hey Siri," or instruct the helper to start the timer again when you are finished. You can also convert measurements on the fly, listen to music or podcasts while you cook, answer the phone, or send messages while your hands are covered in flour. There is no better room in which to place to your HomePod. Number 10. Translate anything on the fly. The ability of Siri to translate languages is another feature that may prove useful at unexpected times. You may ask your HomePod to translate text into French, Mandarin, Spanish, German, and Italian. In further upgrades, Apple intends to include more languages. Number 11. Use HomePod as a speaker for Apple TV content. Why not use Siri as your TV speaker if you're going to install a HomePod in your living room? Only the Apple TV can use this, but even so, the picture and music are flawlessly synced thanks to the device's handling of the tiny Bluetooth delay. There are 2 ways to do this. On your Apple TV, navigate to Settings, Video and Audio, and choose Audio Output. Here, you can enter the HomePod's name. Alternatively, you can use your Apple TV Remote's play/pause button held down to access the audio menu and choose your HomePod. If you use Apple Music to play music videos and your TV speakers aren't cutting it, this option is fantastic to have. Number 12. Trigger Siri shortcuts with HomePod. A few years ago, Apple purchased Workflow, an iOS app that made it simple to automate particular processes. It was reintroduced as shortcuts as part of iOS 12, offering the same functionality with one significant improvement: personalized Siri commands. You may use Siri on your HomePod to activate these shortcuts if you've taken the time to set them up in iOS 12. Be sure the HomePod is connected to the same Apple ID, though. Although not really a feature, this is clearly a selling element. If you're using Apple Music, HomePod adjusts the equalization to suit each song individually. The HomePod tunes itself to the room you're in when you pick it up and put it down again. The fact that such high-quality audio can emanate from something so little is absolutely astounding. The robust sound of the HomePod is ideal for a variety of genres because it has a deep bottom and clear mid-tones. Even if you are disappointed with Siri integration, the HomePod offers superb sound quality for its relatively high price.